acetabulum of the os coxae, and the head of the femur. And there are three ligaments. So first ligament is the capsular ligament. So this capsular ligament mainly covers the articular surfaces of these two bones. And these articular surfaces are, number one is the head of the, you can see here, this is the head of the femur, and this is the acetabulum. So this whole part is covered by one ligament that is called as capsular ligament. Then number two is the cotyloid ligament. And this cotyloid ligament, this cotyloid ligament, yes.
Sir, some students are not able to join.
That is there. They are not able to join. They are attending late classes. So what I can do? I always used to open the portal at 8:45. They are late. Leave it. Okay.
Thank
is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the number two is the cotyloid ligament. So this cotyloid ligament, if you will see, okay. So as you know, this whole is the cotyloid cavity. So this cotyloid ligament covers the whole cotyloid cavity here, boundary of the cotyloid cavity. Okay. Then number three is the round ligament. So this round ligament is very, very important. If you will look here, so in the middle of the femur, there is a structure that is called as fovea capitis. Fovea capitis. I already told you that there is notch. There is notch in the middle of the head of the femur that is called as fovea capitis. So this round ligament.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, someone is still not able to join, sir.
What can I do? They are late.
Asa Hibu.
There is no pending student in the list. Okay. So this round ligament, it connects. This round ligament, it connects the fovea capitis to the non-articular part of the acetabulum. So this is the number three. So there are three ligaments. Number one is the capsular ligament that covers the head of the femur and the cotyloid cavity. Then number two is the cotyloid ligament that covers the whole outer boundary of the cotyloid cavity. And number three is the round ligament that joins the fovea capitis, which is the notch in the middle of the head to the acetabular. Here inside it there will be one notch that is called as acetabular notch. The motion present in this joint is gliding, circumduction, adduction, and abduction. Means all the type of the movement are usually present because this is a ball and socket type of the joint. Then in case of the horse, there is one main difference. In this horse, along with the three ligaments that are capsular ligament, then as I already told you, cotyloid ligament and round ligament. In case of the horse, there is additional ligament. This ligament is called as accessory or pubic femoral ligament. Accessory or pubic femoral ligament, which arises from the prepubic tendon. This is very, very important. It can be asked in your objective type of the question, which is the additional ligament in case of the hip joint of the horse. This is the accessory or pubic femoral ligament. Then number three is the stifle joint, and as you know, stifle joint is present in between the. If you will look out, this is the distal extremity of the femur. Then this is the proximal extremity of the tibia and fibula, and anteriorly there is presence of one more bone that is called as patella. So stifle joint is formed in between the three bones: distal extremity of the femur, proximal extremity of the tibia and fibula, and anteriorly there is largest sigmoid bone that is called as patella. So there are two types of the articulation. First one is called as femoropatellar joint, the articulation in between the trochlea of the femur and posterior surface of the patella. So this is called as femoropatellar articulation. Then number two is the articulation in between the femur and tibia. So distal extremity of the femur and the proximal extremity of the tibia, they usually form one articulation that is called as femorotibial joint. Then looking at the first one, that is femoropatellar joint. This femoropatellar joint, it is in between the femur and the patella, or trochlea of the femur and the patella, and this is a type of gliding joint where the patella glides over the trochlea of the femur. There is presence of the usually 3 ligaments. So capsular ligament, that usually covers the whole articulation in between the femur and patella. Number 2 is the collateral ligaments. These collateral ligaments, in folding also I told you, suppose this is the distal extremity of the femur and this is the patella. So I am talking about the femoropatellar. So on the either side of the either side means medial and lateral side, there are presence of the collateral ligament, that is medial and lateral. And very, very important is there are presence of the straight ligament of the patella also. Straight ligament of the patella also I will show you. Suppose I am making this patella here. Okay. So these two, just I will change the color. So I told you that on the either side there are 2 collateral ligaments, that is the medial collateral and the lateral collateral ligament. Okay. Then just a minute, there are three straight ligament of the patella. Straight ligament of the patella means these ligaments, there is 1, 2 and 3. These are the straight ligament of the patella, and these are called as medial, middle and lateral. So mainly 3 ligaments are present in the femoropatellar articulation. Number 1 is the capsular, number 2 is the collateral over the both sides, and number 3 is the straight ligament of the patella that is present over the patella, and these are called as medial, middle and lateral. Okay. Then the main movement in this joint is the patella moves up and down over the trochlea of the femur. That is why it is called as gliding type of the movement. This is called as gliding type of the movement. Then very important in this femoropatellar joint is in case of the dog, there is only 1 straight ligament of the patella. There is only 1 straight ligament of the patella. Okay. There is only straight ligament of the patella. However, in case of the ox, you will find 3 straight. In the other species, you will find 3 straight ligament of the patella, that is medial, middle and lateral. But in case of the dog, there is presence of only 1 straight ligament of the patella. Then next is femorotibial joint. So this femorotibial joint, it is formed in between the femur and tibia. Means proximal extremity of the femur and distal extremity of the femur and proximal extremity of the tibia. Okay. Then there are ligaments like capsular ligament. I already told you that capsular ligament, it will cover the distal extremity of the femur and proximal extremity of the tibia fibula along with the menisci. I told you there are 2 interarticular cartilages. These are present in between the condyles of the femur and proximal extremity of the tibia. Okay, so again I am making one small diagram here. Just look here. So suppose this is the distal extremity of the femur and this is the proximal extremity of the tibia. So in between here you will find 2 menisci. These menisci is present only in between the femorotibial joint. Okay, so number 2 is the 2 interarticular cartilages and these are called as menisci. Then there is presence of the collateral ligament also, and these collateral ligaments, are the medial and lateral collateral ligaments, which covers the articular surfaces, the distal articular area and proximal extremity of the tibia over the medial and lateral aspect. Okay. Then very important is there is presence of the cruciate ligament also, and these cruciate ligament are the anterior and posterior cruciate ligament. Okay, anterior and posterior cruciate ligament. Okay, so cruciate ligaments are the anterior and posterior cruciate ligament, and the anterior arises from the tibial spine. Okay, tibial spine.
Your voice is breaking.
So voice is breaking. Just a minute. So simply,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so cruciate ligament are the anterior and posterior cruciate ligament. Okay, and these, if you will see here, so you can see here, these are the cruciate ligament. This is the anterior cruciate ligament, and this is the posterior cruciate ligament. Okay, then the last one is the posterior ligament. Okay, posterior ligament, as you know, just a minute. Just a minute. Here, this is the posterior ligament that is present over the posterior aspect of the distal extremity of the femur and proximal extremity of the tibia. Okay, and this diagram is showing, you can see here, this is the patella. Okay, and these three are the straight ligament of the patella. Okay, straight ligament of the patella. These two are the collateral ligament. Okay, and here, this is the broken part of the cruciate, anterior, posterior, and this is the posterior ligament. So in case of the femorotibial joint, there are 5 ligaments. These are the capsular ligament, 2 interarticular cartilages. These are called as menisci. Collateral ligament, cruciate ligament. Cruciate ligament is the anterior ligament and the posterior ligament, and one is the posterior ligament. Then last joint is the Hock joint. Okay, because fetlock, Paschen, and Coffin is the same as forelimb. Okay, there is no anatomical difference. So fetlock, Paschen, and Coffin, it is consist of the articulation, as I already told you, that the distal extremity of the tibia. Okay, then 3 rows of the tarsals, that is tibial, fibular. Then here will be the central plus 4th. Then here is the first, and here is the second plus 3rd fused, and this is the proximal extremity of the metatarsus. So if you will look at the articulation of the Hock joint, first is the tibiotarsal articulation, because this is the tibia. So articulation in the tibia and the proximal row of the tarsal bone is the tibiotarsal articulation. Then proximal tarsal articulation. This tarsal articulation is present in between the, just a minute, this, where is in color? This is present in between the tibial and fibular tarsal. This one. Okay. Then intertarsal articulation means that articulation in between the intertarsal. This one. Okay. Intertarsal. And distal tarsal articulation in between the distal tarsal bones, and the tarsometatarsus articulation in between the distal tarsal bones with the proximal extremity of the metatarsus bone. Then there are some ligaments, and these ligaments are the, if you will look at these ligaments are the, first one is the common ligament, and second one is the special ligament. Common ligaments, that is present for the whole Hock joint, and special ligaments means that is present specifically for the tarsal bones. Okay. So common ligament, if you will look at the common ligament of the Hock joint, so these are the, first one is the capsular ligament. Okay. So capsular ligament, you can divide this capsular ligament into anterior and posterior part. If I will again draw this, so this is the distal extremity of the tibia, and this is the tibial tarsal, this is the fibular tarsal, This is the C+4. This is the first, and this is the 2+3, and this is the proximal extremity of the metatarsus. So capsular ligament, this capsular ligament covers the whole this part. Okay, distal extremity, from the distal extremity of the tibia up to proximal extremity of the metatarsus. Okay, and these two ligaments are present over the anterior and posterior aspect. So you can divide capsular ligament into two parts. That is anterior and posterior capsular ligament. Then collateral ligaments. So as you know, same as the previous joints. Just a minute. Yeah, there will be presence of the collateral ligament. And these are the collateral ligament is the medial collateral ligament and the lateral collateral ligament, which arises from the distal extremity of the tibia over the medial and lateral aspect, and goes after covering the tarsal bones over the medial and lateral surface, and inserts over the proximal extremity of the metatarsus bone. Then, okay, so second is the collateral ligament. Number 3 is the posterior ligament. If you will look at out the posterior ligament, this is also called as calcaneometatarsus ligament, and this posterior ligament, it is present over the posterior lateral aspect of tubercles. I already told you this is the tubercles. This part is called as tubercles. So this ligament arises from the posterior part of the posterior lateral aspect of the tubercles and passes down and attached to the central plus fourth tarsal. This is very, very important. It attaches over the central plus fourth tarsal bone. Then next is dorsal oblique ligament. And this, as name indicate, the dorsal oblique ligament, it is a narrow band, rises from the anterior internal aspect of the hock joint. Okay, anterior internal aspect of the hock joint, and it extends from the medial side of the tibial tarsal. This is tibial tarsal, so it extends from the medial side of the tibial tarsal, and it attached to the fused C plus fourth tarsal and large metatarsus bone. You can see here, it attached here also, and proximal extremity of the metatarsus will be here. So this ligament is present in the oblique manner. So it arises from the tibial tarsal, and it will go and inserts over the C plus 4 and proximal extremity of the metatarsus bone. Then next is tarsometatarsus ligament. It is placed on the plantar aspect of the hock joint. Plantar means posterior aspect of the hock joint that connects the tarsal bone or of the distal row of the tarsal bone up to the proximal extremity of the large metatarsus bone. Okay. Then there is one more ligament that is in the common, that is annular ligament, and this annular ligament is mainly the dorsal and the plantar, or plantar you can also say posterior annular ligament. Okay. Then along with these common ligaments, so there are 6 common ligaments, I told you. Okay, 6 common ligaments. So there are 6 common ligaments. Along with there is some special ligaments also, and these special ligaments are present in the articulation in between the tarsal and intertarsal articulation. So if you will look at the tibiotarsal articulation, so in the tibiotarsal articulation, it is a type of the ganglimus between the lower extremity of the tibia and the tibial and fibular tarsal. So this joint is this ligament, tibiotarsal articulation, is present in between the distal extremity of the tibia and proximal distal extremity of the tibia, and in between the tibial and fibular tarsal. So it binds the tibia with the tibial tarsal. Then proximal tarsal articulation. So it is present, the ligament which is present in between the tibial and fibular tarsal. Okay, tibial and fibular tarsal. Then proximal intertarsal articulation. Intertarsal articulation means they connect the tibia and fibular tarsal with the central plus fourth tarsal. Okay, below. Okay. Then distal intertarsal articulation. These articulation is same as the carpal bones. You can just go through it. So distal intertarsal articulation means these ligaments are placed in between the C+4 tarsal above and fused and second and third tarsal and first tarsal below. Okay, so this is in between the C+4 first and second plus third tarsal bone. Then distal tarsal articulation. So these are present in between the fused 2+3 and the first tarsal. And last is the tarsometatarsus in between the C+4 tarsal, second plus third, and the first with the, suppose this is first, this is the second plus third, and this is the proximal extremity of the metatarsus. So it is present in between the tarso, in between the first 2+3 and proximal extremity of the large metatarsus bone, along with some part of the C+4 also. So these are the special ligaments which are present in the hog joint. So motion, if you will look at the motion, mainly motion is the extension and flexion in the tibiotarsus and gliding in the other joints. So this is about the joints of the hind limb and pelvis. If you have any doubt, you can ask from me. I will clear your doubts. Yes. You can ask from me. If you have any doubt, you can ask from me. I will clear your doubts. Anything you want to ask, you can ask from me. Just read out. This is very simple. Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you want to ask anything, you can ask from me. I will clear your doubts. When is your third terminal? I think it will be in the online mode only, na? Of course, it will be online. Yeah. So I will tell you which part I will give you in your second terminal. If you have any doubt in this topic, you can ask from me. Otherwise, I will quit. Thank you for hearing me. And please take care of yourself and try to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Don't hesitate with the vaccine. You will feel something for 1 and 2 days like laziness and all. There will be mild fever. Okay. But it is good and safe to all of you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.